Daddy, I'm scared. You're gonna be fine, baby doll.
So Ben,
You're still here.
quick catch up.
Quick catch up, yeah. So,
Camera's here.
oh, sorry.
Yep.
And so what you're going to see... Sherlock Holmes, a detective, a deductionist, a creation of the great Arthur Conan Doyle, who even today is the basis of many pop culture icons who are regularly present in mainstream entertainment. We want to delve further into the lore of Holmes. We're attempting to bring elements of his adventures into our world. No cast, no CGI, but real people and raw reactions. Welcome to the Empty Mind Palace, and this is our homage to the Sherlock Holmes' reincarnation adventure, the adventure of the empty house. So first of all, what is a mind palace? It's a series of rooms or specific locations that you keep in your head to help you remember certain things, and you can use these rooms via a method called the method of loci. So the method of loci takes the information that you want to remember and helps you attach it to the location that you need to. For example, so if I need to remember a train timetable or routes, I would be here in my head. If I need to be in the picnic area or further up the platform, the train's in the distance. And on each point, I drop a piece of that information down. I can walk around it in my head and keep it for as long as I want then.
So what if you want to remember, say, a passage from your favourite, The Final Problem? So where would you go in your mind palace?
I'll show you. So the real question that comes out of the whole thing is it real? Can it be done? We've all seen Magnuson sit down in his chair and go down into the Appledore vaults, or the way Benedict Cumberbatch slides through these things in his mind, and it creates this sensationalism, this fantasy that we get to see their mind palace through their own imagination. Your imagination. So it leads certain people to believe that it can't be done, certain people to believe that it can be done, and in essence the simple truth is 100% it can be done. The only difference being how much detail you want to put into it. If you want to create your own Appledore vaults, then it will take a shitload of work. You've got to put the time in, because it's not a case of looking through a bookload of information or details you want to use to blackmail somebody with and them being there immediately. That's not the case. It takes notes, it takes preparation, the same way you would create an actual palace. It needs planning, it needs service, it needs foundations, it needs repetition, it needs a lot of work. Do it! So the simple truth is, yeah, 100%, it can be done. It just depends on how much detail you want to put in, what you're going to be using it for. If you're just going to be using it to get yourself through school or college or tests or whatever it is that you're doing, then perhaps you don't need one as detailed as Sherlock's or Magnuson's or one of the other people that use these types of methods and techniques. You might just need a memory palace that's your house, a couple of rooms full of basic information to utilize it for your own purpose. So what you're going to see is very much our homage to the story of the empty house. You're going to see 4 effects along the course of the narrative, because we want to help a new, perhaps even a different generation become just as deeply obsessed with these incredible adventures as we are.
Right, wait, sorry.
No, go on, you stop. You go for it.
I'll just let the audience know we're obviously here to do a little bit for Hero School. Ben wants to do a run, and I sort of suggest the Roaches, so...
I have one broken shoe.
Ben's got one broken shoe. I'm going to do mine next, so I'll let him do his first. So the ruse is, I'm not really doing any running. What I'm actually going to do is be a bit of a, I suppose is the only way to describe it, but I think he's on his way back now. Yeah. Okay, here he comes. So, I'm not going to let him in the car, I'm going to ask him a few questions. Right, dude? Basically, I'm not letting you in the car, I've kind of locked it up. I'm not going for a run, but I've got some questions for you. So, stay there, don't turn around.
Fine, okay.
So I'm going to ask you something. The car you just ran past, and you ran past before as well, and on your way back now, what's the registration plate?
He's such a...
I am.
18 HNT, it's a Skoda.
Yes, it is. Right, just look in the window for me. Look in the camera. Look in the camera. Right. Behind you, there's a family on the rock.
Right.
How many people are actually on that rock?
There was 11 people up there in total. I don't know. I don't know how many's up there at the minute.
To be fair, they are moving up.
It sounds like there are 8 of them. But I can also hear the wind in the cars as well.
No, dude, you're right. Oh, yep. There were 8. There's one little person that's just reappeared now. But you got it 8. I'll have that. Nice.
Can I get in the car now?
So the first effect, we're going to look at how Sherlock Holmes would handle the card game that Paul Ronald Adair took part in. Now for you poker fans, this next excursion is really going to please you. Okay, we haven't got that kind of budget. It'd be daft. What we have is this lounge, and thanks to the coronavirus bubble, we have my fiance. We're going to have a go at a card game, right? And you won't know the story, but it revolves around poor unfortunate Mr. Ronald Adair, who was shot in a way that can't be explained. But the precursor to that is a card game, a game of poker in which people are accused of cheating and sorts. And I thought it would be quite an interesting take to see how Sherlock might cheat at cards. You know, there are those that have superior hands for sleight of hand. His is a superior mind and his observational skills, and what can you do with that with a humble pack of cards and an impossible puzzle, right? Okay. So throughout all of this, just have a card in mind, and I'll come to that at the very end. Okay. But for now, I'm going to give you these. Don't look at them yet. Just pop them in your little pouch at the front for me. And just to qualify, right, we've not set anything up. They're either going to believe it or they're not, right? But we've not set anything up.
No.
Cool. So let's try this. So when you question it that way, you see face down, so you could be thinking, well, it's 52 of the same card, he's not really mixing them up, all of these different things, because you can't see exactly what's going on. Mm-hmm. So for a puzzle to make more sense, you have to do things like this to show the different cards and them being mixed up and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So in order to perfectly track a game, you have to be able to do, I'm going to try and do it, this. Let's see if I can do those. So hopefully 19 cards. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 cards!
Well done.
Thanks. That's in my hands though, right? So you could argue, well, if you're questioning the puzzle, that I'm cheating, I've set it up a certain way to be able to do it, right? Mm-hmm. So Just for the sake of it being challenging, don't like cut 4 or 5 off the top.
Okay.
Don't cut like 40 off the top, because there's an equally small number left. You can reverse engineer it. I mean, do that if you want, like, but it's not much of a challenge. So just cut them somewhere and turn them face up. Hopefully you don't get to the same king of clubs again. Cool, that's fine. 25.
Do you want me to count them out?
26. 26.
26.
I'm going 26. No, I'm not sure. That's the thing. I'm going 26. 1, 2. You tell them if I miscount.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 at the 8, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26! But that's all well and good, knowing how many cards are in the game, who's been cheating, that type. What do you do with that? So the idea would be to try and figure out what other people have got. And there are ways that can be done. So let's try and do this. See if I can figure that out, because I've seen 26 cards now. I saw the first 19 first, and then I saw that same 19 again, plus another 7. So hopefully, if you cut somewhere, similar again, don't cut into that. I mean, cut wherever you want, doesn't matter. I'm just trying to encourage you to present it as a challenge, that's all.
Okay.
Same thing, cut, turn it face up, and I'll try and see if we can keep going.
Okay. I don't know if I've come to the same bit.
So, if my reasoning skills are intact, the next thing after that should be the 2 of clubs. And you turn them over, actually, in case people think they're marked or something. So 2 of clubs, and I'll do this, right, so you can see. So,
Okay.
2 of clubs,
Yeah.
Ace of spades,
Yeah.
10 of hearts,
Yeah.
Queen of clubs.
Yeah.
And I'll only do a couple because I'm more interested in the end now. So let's do 2 more. Queen of clubs, be the Queen of hearts,
Yeah.
and then the 5 of clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, right? So that's the important thing, because if I'm going to use my acute observational awareness, I need to be able to figure out what other people are doing without being anywhere near it. I need to figure out what other people have without being anywhere near it. And that's only one part of the puzzle. To have all parts of the puzzle together, that forms the missing piece that puts it all together. Up until that point, it's just separate entities. So do me a favour. I don't know if you've seen it in the first bit or not, but that card you've got in mind, just take it out and pop it face down. Don't let me...
Take it out of the deck.
Yeah, don't let me see, don't let him see. Okay, so it's come from the bottom half, interesting. Oh no, it's not from the bottom half. Shut up, Ben. Is it face down?
It's face down.
Perfect. I mean, we know it's not the 5 of clubs, right? So I thought it would be interesting to see if we could use these skills to try and influence a game as well. Because it's all very well and good figuring out what other people have got and, following the relative trains of deduction, induction, abduction to reverse engineer the details of a card game. Bring me them cards out and pop them face down here. There should be 4. Was there 4?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. a traditional game of poker would have 5 cards. You know, most games will do it if the 2 that you've got dealt, or the 3 that you're taking stock of in the flop. But this together is nothing. It needs a missing piece of the puzzle to make it perfect. Which is. Give me golf claps. Because you see that type of shit every day.
Amazing.
Oh, tell them how long I've been practicing that.
A very long time. A very long time.
Oh my god. I'm so happy. I mean, I'm cool, and it totally worked. All went according to plan. So the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes makes his appearance and almost startles Watson to death, almost, just through how good his disguise was. So you're going to see something based along those lines. We've got 5 photographs, 2 versions of Sherlock, 3 Sherlocks, as I split the difference between them. So we're doing our own version of some of the stories. In this particular version, we're doing The Empty House, basically, which if you don't know, is the version that brought Sherlock Holmes back to life.
Okay.
There's a particular scene in there after, you know, the whole murder mystery's been presented, where Sherlock uses his unique skills in the art of disguise to present himself to Watson as a travelling book salesman. He pulls off his beard, and Watson almost faints because there's his mate. He's thought he's been dead for like the past couple of years. So I thought that would be a fun idea to play with for the sake of a presentation, to try and retell the story in a different way for a different group of people.
Okay.
So with that in mind, we've got, I do have the travelling book salesman. I'll hold my finger just by it, just in case it's blurry your side. Come on, and appear on the screen. Now, there we go. So that,
I wasn't sure which side I was looking from, but yes, I can see it.
My finger just popped in there. So I do have that, but I've also got the hard hat and high-vis vest that builders wear. I thought it would be nice to have a resplendent white tuxedo to go the other end of the spectrum. And then we've also got the vicar's collar and cassock, I think it's called, and the traditional fast food employee. Now, if you yourself were going to wear one of these disguises to blend into the background, to fade into obscurity, which one do you think you would best pull off to do that?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. Obviously, the white tuxedo is the natural incognito choice, but I think I'd have to go for the hard hat and high visibility vest.
Hard hat, perfect. So that's over here. Okay. So what you can do then from here is, if you feel like you share any sort of a look with any of the 5 guys in the photos, or you share similar sensibilities in your, I don't know, maybe you are a high-functioning sociopath at heart. Maybe you want to choose Dr. Strange on the corner, you know, whatever. Or whether you think it's just going to be particularly amusing to see Basil Rathbone, the black and white photograph, dressed up in the hard hat and high-vis vest as well. Whatever your thought process is, that's cool. We go with it. And all I'll do is I'll assign that disguise to that particular Sherlock.
Okay.
So who has the hard hat and high-vis vest?
Who has the hard hat and the high-vis? Let's give that to Basil, I think.
Basil, perfect. And then again, just to give you an idea, I've moved it. My hands are here. In the video, it will catch up shortly.
I see what you mean. Right, okay, yes, I understand.
So yeah. So now now that the game has essentially presented itself, the game is afoot, as it were. So if we look towards the travelling book salesman now, who do you think would best pull off the travelling book salesman disguise?
It's got to be Patrick. It's got to be Patrick.
Perfect. The white tuxedo is next.
He's just got the charm.
I think. Well, I think if the tuxedo's got to go to Benedict. I mean, it was yeah, you'd have to.
He does have that sort of. I think it's all about those bloody cheekbones, isn't it? You know, it goes quite well with the whole tuxedo sort of Charlie's Angels sensibility. So you've got two left. You've got Johnny Lee Miller and Sean Spencer from Psych. Now, it might be particularly funny if you've ever seen an episode of Psych to put Sean Spencer in a vicar's collar and cassock, because he's not the most religious of people. I mean, arguably none of them are, but I think him more so than anything is the least religious out of the five. So it might be particularly amusing. It might be interesting to see how well he'd cope with that. What way round do you want to split them? Who gets the vicar's collar? Who gets the fast food employee? Oh, I think you froze again there, mate. I'm just going to wait, see if he comes back.
Vicar's collar on Johnny, I think. Johnny, I think that's a. Oh, I can hear you. Can you not hear me?
I think everything's catching up now. I can hear you now. Oh, it's gone again. I'm just going to wait.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, he's here. He's here.
Changed internet connections. We're back.
Temperamental things. Now, so I haven't touched anything. When you watch the video back, when it comes out in the episode, you'll see I didn't move.
I absolutely trust you. I know you, but you don't need to resort to that kind of stuff.
So, yeah, I mean, I offer you this, Joyce, purely to annoy you more than anything. Do you want to change any of the disguises round? Have you had a change of heart, or do you think this is it? This is 5 for 5. This is how it's going to go down.
You don't know. I am going to change it just because no one ever does, and I think I will. I'll swap the hard hat and the fast food. So we'll. I'm sorry, Basil. I'm sorry.
Hard hat and the high vis have been swapped. Now, there is a rather elegant look. Oh, I'm out there. There we go. A rather elegant looking Tic Tac box on the side to merely illustrate just how exuberant and illustrious I can be. But here we've got with the there we go, bugger to get out. But yeah, we'll come back to that in a second. Just I am still here, but I'm just going to be over there so you could still see me. We did get Benedict Cumberbatch correctly. Patrick Jane was this guy. You were right to change Sean. And I'll wait for the video to catch up. I am still here. I'm just going to do this so you understand.
Yeah. Oh, you cheeky sod.
And now the card on the table, I did have a bit of a guess which one you thought would be best for yourself to fade into obscurity with. And again, you see, it's a weird process to go through, right?
I thought you got a lag on the second camera, but not on yourself.
I know, right? And I did go for the hard hat and high vis vest for your good self as well. So yeah, I think personally, more than anything, you've assigned 5 direct disguise elements to 5 really unique characters, really unique individuals. And job well done, sir. Job well done.
The thing that I really hate about when you do this stuff is that I like, if it was anyone else, it's like I genuinely do not know with you.
His return was disguised as a book salesman. So you're going to see just how powerful books and narratives and our memories can be with those. So in case you don't know, in case you do, and maybe just for the sake of the video, I'll tell you a little bit about what this is. It's for mine and Adam's version of the empty house. So with that in mind, I'm going to show you a trick based on that episode. So I've got the 2 books with me. So we've got The Adventure of the Empty House here, and The Final Problem here. And this all revolves around, I don't know if you can see, but this here.
That envelope, is it?
Yeah, there's a little conveniently placed dramatic looking envelope here at the side. Because from a deductionist's perspective, because I like to blend the two, so I'm one of the few people that I will genuinely read clues about you in order to present information that, you know, I couldn't possibly know, but I'm also not averse to a good old-fashioned trick.
So before I show you the video, a little bit of a background on what I've been doing. I set myself a target of trying to become sort of okay with a few languages that I'm learning over lockdown, one of which is the French language. Love the country, don't know that many French people, so I can practice with them. So I thought, what better way than try and practice the language, the language that I've been learning, by showing a French person a trick. So I got my friend Miguel. I know Miguel. We didn't set anything up. You can approach him, ask him yourself. But he's a native French speaker, lives in London at the minute, and he agreed to let me try this thing with him. It spans a few lessons on italki, and for that j'étudie depuis environ 3 mois, mais mon accent n'est pas très bon. Je m'excuse auprès de tous les Français. So yeah, here it is. Alors, faisons ça.
Commençons.
Tu es d'où à l'origine? Je sais que tu habites à Londres en ce moment.
Ouais.
Yeah?
Ouais.
Tu es d'où à l'origine?
Paris.
Ah!
Paris.
Très joli. Je m'excuse auprès des Français du monde entier. Donc, nous avons 2 histoires populaires du canon de Sherlock Holmes. Il réserve la fin de ce qu'on appelle le hiatus.
Oh, hiatus, ouais.
Yeah, écartant quand même le chien des Baskerville.
Baskerville.
Le dernier problème était l'histoire qui a tué Sherlock, l'aventure de la maison vide, la rachetée d'entre les morts.
Ouais. Très bien.
Ah, merci.
You buffered me.
En avez-vous lu un? L'avez-vous un?
Le final problème, le problème final.
J'ai également une enveloppe.
Ok.
Très importante sur laquelle nous reviendrons plus tard.
Do you guys have a favourite? Like between you, can you decide on a favourite out of them?
Well, out of those two books,
Yeah, out of these two. These are the only two.
should we go for the Back to Life one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the blue one?
You got that?
No.
So this is the
that
final
one.
problem. This is the empty house.
The Empty House one. I don't mind.
But yeah.
The Empty House, that's the one where he comes back to life, you said.
Correct.
Yeah,
And
that one.
that's because we learn about the way that people choose these, right? A lot of people will either get really into reading a story at the start because they get to learn about this new world, these new characters, what's happening. Oh, it's all so bright and new. Or some people are more fans of the middle, right? The middle of a book, because that's where a story is really opened out. You know, we learn about all the nuances and the details, maybe the things that we didn't originally know were true or not true, and oh, what's happening? Or some people tend to skip to the end.
Ok.
Très importante pour l'histoire qui en découle.
Ok.
Un moment, s'il vous plaît. Les jeunes aiment l'histoire pour différentes raisons. Le début prépare le terrain et présente les personnages, ce qui détermine si nous nous soucierons ou non l'aventure dans laquelle il se déroule.
Ok.
Le milieu est l'endroit où les choses changent. Le drame commence et les problèmes surgissent. La fin, la fin est bien sûr la résolution agréable. Enfin, parfois, quand même. Quel livre préférez-vous? Les deux, bien sûr, ont été refaits par le BBC. Si vous ne pouvez pas décider. J'ai dû écrire les numéros de page moi-même sur celui-ci également.
Ouais.
Quelqu'un a déjà choisi la page 25, 26 du problème final.
Ouais.
Vous ne pouvez donc pas la voir.
Right, just to prepare themselves ahead of time for the drama that's going to be unfolding. Now, specifically because this is the one that's known more to you, I'm going to go with the path of least resistance. Okay, just because it's the one you don't know as well. And out of the two, it's actually the only one with page numbers.
Yeah.
this one doesn't have page numbers, right? So, fortuitously, we're going to use that one. So here we go, right? What have we got? We've got, it's a short story, so there won't be a lot of pages. There's 28 pages from start to finish, right? So what I want you to do is to decide amongst yourselves where the better parts of a story would happen. Would it be somewhere before, between the beginning pages, so maybe the first couple? Would it be right in the juicy moments, right in the thick of it in the middle? Or is it towards the end? I mean, particularly with this story, it has a pretty impactful ending, right? But I don't want to obviously push you into making a choice that's my choice, not yours. So of that, what do you reckon? Beginning, middle, or end?
Ok.
Si vous deviez choisir, laquelle serait votre préférée, le début, le milieu ou la fin? La fin.
La fin. Le milieu.
Le milieu?
Ouais.
Bon. Maman. I don't know how to say this in French. Which book would you prefer, The Final Problem or The Adventure of the Empty House?
Lequel de ces deux livres tu préfères?
Laquelle yeah.
De ces, de ces deux livres. Lequel de ces deux livres tu préfères?
Lequel de ces deux livres tu préfères?
Le problème final.
Le problème final.
I would say the end.
I always read
Just
the end.
before the end, yeah.
So I always get a bit fed up with some of. But I mean, the longer books normally.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're going for the end.
Yeah.
You know, there.
So, if we were to split, what did I say, 28?
Yeah.
If we were to split, say, 28 pages up into thirds, what would you class as the last third from what to 28?
21.
21 to 28.
Pages. Yeah.
Cool, 21 to 28. So 21, right at page 21, we've got the, well, I suppose what would be the turn if you were looking at the pledge turn and the prestige part of magic tricks. So this would be the turn where Watson starts to think, something's not right. Moriarty's been chasing us through this country. Sherlock's clearly led me into something that he knows more about and has got me out of danger. And it's going. I don't want to give it away to the people that haven't watched it yet.
Les milieux. So, comme une estimation serait alors entre le numéro de page 15 et 23.
18.
18.
18.
18. Maman. Pourquoi cette page? N'importe quelle raison?
The size of my no, I mean the date of birth. And I'm
Bon
born the 18th.
anniversaire.
Merci. Yeah.
I'm just trying to go in my head now if I've got the right page number, because it's going to be terribly embarrassing if I get there thinking I'm on the right page, and it's all going to be very anticlimactic. My French has gone out the window at the moment. I
understand everything. Everything perfectly.
Perfect.
Even the accent is good.
Merci beaucoup.
So if we were going to settle on a specific page number, what page number would you settle on from 21 to 28? What would it be?
25.
Yeah. 25 adds up to 7. So there you go. 25
adds up to 7. I mean, why not? Right? You know,
yeah.
we've got lucky number 7 taxis. That's doesn't really mean anything, but I thought I'd throw that in as a for instance more than anything else. All right, so this is the dramatic moment in terms of what the envelope could contain. First of all, it's one of those mysteries, a little like the empty house. The empty house is what's known as a locked room mystery, where everything that happens in terms of the murder, the clues, the way to solve it, all of these types of things, it's contained within one little element that once you look at something wrong one way or another, is going to turn the case one way or another, right? In the same vein, it's a little like a magic trick. It's a story that's unfurling right in front of you. There'll be so many parts that start off interest. Oh, what's going to happen? What's he going to do? And then there's the middle bit where is he talking for too long? What's happening? What's going on? Like, why is he stalling? What's really? I don't get it or know. But with that in mind, I thought I would just get to the point and show you the reason why.
Pleasure.
Moment.
Ouais.
Ok. Alors, je vais prendre l'enveloppe. Et I'm trying to think of a way to build drama in French, but I haven't gotten that far in the course yet.
Suspense.
Suspense. Et c'est pourquoi j'ai préparé ceci pour une histoire que vous pouvez raconter aux gens.
Okay. Oh, good for it. Now, clearly, with page numbers, unless you go right for the very end, it's a double page, right? And you didn't. You guys had one page only that was circled.
Very good.
But that raises important questions, right? Because with magic tricks, you expect, like, if it's a sleight of hand thing, you know, you expect to see the cheeky move that proves that the card didn't really go from the middle of the deck to the top, right? So you have to prove your evidence when working on a case that what happened. And when you think about it, there's only one way to prove that, right? And I'll do it so you can see. So we've got the little in the middle of page 24.
Page 27.
So that's the right page out, guys.
Page 18. C'est incroyable.
C'est fun.
No.
That's the end, sir. That's all my French could really get me that far to do. Did you understand everything okay?
How did you do that? I didn't understand the end. No, you can't say, but I'm impressed.
Je ne comprends pas.
Je ne comprends pas. Si c'est vraiment like mentalism, I'm really impressed.
Oui.
Ouais, alors ça.
Oui.
But I know you with your French and with your book, you were putting things in my head. I don't know what. I knew something was strumming behind, but yeah, très bien.
Merci.
Ouais.
Yeah.
Ouais.
Tu es d'où à l'origine?
Paris.
Ah.
Paris.
Ben?
Yeah.
Give me the gun.
Daddy, I'm scared. You're gonna be fine, baby doll. Too sick. Oh. You okay? Baby doll! It's the best I had. It didn't even burst! Right. It's only fair. Do you want to get one of my arms? Sure. It's good, mate. It's properly going to sting. I don't mind telling you. It's really going to sting. It missed. Did it miss? Oh!
That's one from the booty.
You want to see where you fire one up in the air and catch it? Yeah, go on.
Dude? You want to try bullet catch?
Yeah.
I love how confident you are about that already. Right? So, take a bullet.
Okay.
And a pen. And, oh no!
Ah!
That's one down.
I mean,
Yeah, mark it, sign it, whatever.
looking at a terrible riding there. Edgy. Right.
Standard sort of.
Yep. Well, this should be good.
I'm a little bit.
Oh man, I'm going to keep it in shot so it shows that we're not meddling.
All you have to do is fire at my hand.
Oh!
It wasn't that one. You have to pluck it yourself. No. It's going to be this one.
Ah! Shit, man. I don't know if you guys can make that out, but
That was a bad idea.
AG. Hold it still. You ready? Ben, I've placed a well-hidden marker for you to practice on. There's not a lot of trees around here, mate. It's autumn. Okay. Oh, nice.
That came off a lot cooler than expected. I'm going to strut away. One grown man, alone in a field near a playground.
No playground. There's no kids.
I'm just going to pack up.
You've got the gun.
So to wrap up, the mystery of the empty house is a locked room mystery, so we are going to show you an impossible puzzle.
So you got locked room mystery. So Ronald Adair is shot in a situation that can't be explained. So how do you solve something like that?
Well, it's all a puzzle. Every single part, everything's important until it's not. When you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth, right?
Yeah. But how do you eliminate the impossible? How do you decide what is impossible?
It's all of the evidence, whether it can be used together to explain its purpose. Have you got a Rubik's Cube?
Yeah, somewhere. Hang on.
Cool. So just mix it up, right? Just mix it up. And now, as people watch this, right, I guarantee you, there's a few mentalists out there already falling foul of their emotional qualities clouding judgment. Right, the puzzle, it's not presented itself yet. Okay, so just 2 seconds. Okay, so if I took this cube that you just mixed up and threw it up into the air and it came down solved, that would be the impossible, a puzzle that you can't explain. The impossible being solids can't pass through solids and cubes don't solve themselves, right? So what does explain it, as in whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth, right? One second. Same thing with this, right? If I took the coin, put it into the hand, and it vanishes, we know metal doesn't melt away. We know it doesn't turn invisible, so we can ask ourselves new questions.
Would it ever go into the hand at all then?
Exactly, right?
So you really don't have an excuse not to train as everything. It provides you some chance to test your reasoning skills, or emotional biases, or observational awarenesses.
So where are we, Ben?
We've come to the forest.
Why?
We're going to film the end of the episode, a socially distanced, sniper-based, empty mind palace kind of routine.
Okay. Who with? Right, just going to start filming.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next one.
I'm a little nervous, I don't mind telling you.
So, just to recap, we're here for him to shoot you in the nads.
Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. No, so it broke him. He's done. So we're doing our version of the empty house, and the whole sort of crescendo of the story is picking on Moriarty's second in command, which is Sebastian Moran. He's an infamous sniper. Got some of the records in terms of distance, accuracy, in the wind. So I thought it might be interesting to try and retell our own version at the end. There's a spoiler alert, right? There's a part at the end of the story where Sherlock's figured out where Moran's going to be and how he's going to aim to try and kill Sherlock. So he's got a well-placed bust, which is the head and shoulders sort of statue in a window to try and lure him out. I wanted to see how far I could try and get into that kind of mindset and figure out, you're the sniper in this scenario, see if I can do this and protect myself accordingly. Because, I mean, either way it's going to suck if getting hurt, but I think for me to be able to get that far ahead in terms of thinking to take that action ahead of you choosing to do it would be quite interesting. So you're gonna fire at me, you're gonna try and hit me twice. If it helps to think of that little man inside of your head as a target to do, because arguably you don't really want to shoot me, so if you can depersonalize it a little bit, and in case it wasn't too obvious where my confidence is, I was that concerned with trying to figure out where you were going, I forgot to protect these. So all it really is to say is don't hit me in the face.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh.
Warning shot. Dance for me.
So if we're keeping track,
so I'm counting that as a hit.
so we got one miss. My right leg is currently on fire. I do like the fact that I'm not covered in paint though.
Yeah, that's good. That's what I was thinking of. Thinking of your cleaning bills.
What was cool as well, he just picked it up, bang, and it was like pinpoint accuracy. Oh my god.
Oh, Christ.
So, were you aiming for that?
No.
Do it! Bleep that out.
Just in case anybody knows, I knew I didn't have enough bullets.
Okay, so 2 misses, 1 shot. I'll come a little bit closer.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm a bit closer.
Hold up.
Oh.
It hurts more because they're not popping. If they explode, it hurts less. Ask Adam.
So we got 2 misses. I take it that was a success. You were aiming for that?
Yeah. I'm not good. Both shots were pretty much perfect, but I aimed it, apart from the shin one.
So I did take some kind of preparation for this.
No! Wow.
Is that just marvelling at my abs? Yeah. Just so... Just come in close so you can see. Pull it out slow.
Hey.
Is that what you were aiming for?
2 seconds.
Oh man.
What? Yeah.
No. Just to recount, how many times did you miss?
Twice.
Turn it over.
Oh my god. That's dirty.
And that, ladies and gents, is The Empty Mind Palace. If you enjoyed the original, I encourage you to read it. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with your friends and mourn the loss of my genitals.
Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed a different sort of retelling of the narrative and you go into reading some of the other stories as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it too. My name's Ben Cardle and we'll see you next time for another episode of The Deductionist.
This is brought from a place of love and affection to try and do our part for the stories that have been enjoyed by millions, and we hope will be enjoyed by millions of more people to come.
We didn't actually explain, though, how you survived at the end of episode 6.
Right.
Two, one, and action. One, I haven't.
I can feel it building. For people that are looking to support the channel, Ben's Cup, eBay.